Well, after I finished work, we come back into New York City. And
This is from Westbury?
from Westbury,
Right. How'd the show go?
Great, thank you.
Okay.
He was born into a world of coal, dust, and hard realities. But from the moment he took his first breath, something inside him refused to stay small. Tom Jones, a name that would one day echo across continents, began as Thomas John Woodward, a boy from the humble town of Treffest, Wales. His father worked deep underground as a coal miner. His mother kept the household alive with warmth and discipline, and young Tom, he carried a fire no one could ignore. Singing wasn't just a hobby for him. It was the only thing in his life that felt bigger than the small world he was born into. But destiny would not let him rise easily. At just 12 years old, he was struck down by tuberculosis, trapped in a bed for 2 long years while childhood slipped away. No school, no play, no running through the streets, just isolation, sketching, and singing to keep his spirit from breaking. Many children would have faded, but he didn't. When he finally stepped back into the world, he walked with a hunger, a voice sharpened by struggle, and a soul ready to explode on stage. His first taste of the music world came in 1963 when he joined a local beat band, Tommy Scott and the Senators. They played pubs, clubs, and small halls across Wales, gaining whispers of attention, but never breaking through. Then everything changed. A producer named Peter Sullivan caught a performance and immediately knew he had found something rare. Through Sullivan, Tom met manager Gordon Mills, who did more than guide him, he transformed him. Mills gave him a stage name pulled straight from a hit film, Tom Jones, a name that sounded big, a name built for stardom. The first single flopped, but the second, it detonated. Its not unusual shot to the top of the UK charts and stormed into the US top 10, instantly placing Tom at the heart of the British invasion. Suddenly, the boy from Wales wasn't performing for a few dozen people, he was performing for millions. From that moment forward, the legend accelerated. He was chosen to sing unforgettable film themes like Thunderball and What's New Pussycat, the latter becoming one of the most iconic songs of the era. Awards poured in, including a Grammy for Best New Artist in 1966. And then came a moment he would talk about for decades: the day he met Elvis Presley on a Hollywood set. 2 giants, 1 stage, and a friendship that would flourish in the neon nights of Las Vegas, where they sang together until sunrise. They were brothers in talent and torment, bound by fame's heavy price. But the world doesn't stand still. Music trends changed, crowds evolved, and by the late 1960s, Tom's momentum began to slip. Yet he didn't fall. His manager reinvented him, shifting him from a pop star to a powerful crooner. Songs like Delilah, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, and I'm Coming Home revived him, pushing him back to the top of both American and British charts. Television welcomed him to his show This Is Tom Jones. 1969 to 1971 became a global sensation, earning massive viewership and even a Golden Globe nomination. By the 70s and 80s, he was experimenting again, dabbling in country music, acting in TV films, and dominating the golden stages of Las Vegas, where he became the blueprint of the modern entertainer. But while his career soared, his personal life was a storm of contradictions. At 16, he married his sweetheart Linda Trankard after she became pregnant. They struggled in poverty, with Tom working construction and glove factory jobs before fame arrived like a tidal wave. Fame, however, comes with temptations. Tom admitted openly that he slept with hundreds of women a year at the height of his career, claiming he sometimes had more than 250 encounters annually. The media went wild. Fans argued, but Linda stayed. Their marriage lasted nearly 60 years, filled with highs and heartbreaks, devotion and betrayal. One affair, however, changed everything. In 1987, Tom had a brief relationship with model Catherine Berkery, who later discovered she was pregnant. Tom denied the child for years until DNA proved otherwise. Even after acknowledging his son Jonathan, Tom never built a relationship with him, a shadow in an otherwise shining legacy. Life forced him to make other controversial decisions too. The biggest was in the mid-1970s, when the UK Labour government imposed a punishing 98% tax rate on high earners. Tom refused to give away nearly all he earned. In 1976, he left Britain and bought a mansion on Copa de Oro Road in Los Angeles, a home once owned by Dean Martin. Critics accused him of abandoning his country. Newspapers blasted him. Fans debated him. But Tom stuck to what he believed. Survival wasn't betrayal, it was necessity. That decision later proved smart. His investments grew, his property skyrocketed in value, and his financial discipline helped him grow an empire worth an estimated $300 million. Yet beneath the fortunes and fame, the artist inside him kept evolving. In 2010, he shocked the world with an album called Praise and Blame, a stripped-down collection of gospel and blues tracks. It was raw, emotional, honest. But just as it was about to release, a leaked email from executive David Sharp called the project a sick joke and complained that he didn't sign Tom Jones to sing songs from the Common Book of Prayer. The backlash was immediate. Fans and critics attacked. Tom slammed Sharp publicly. The label apologized, and through the noise, the album stood as one of Tom's most powerful works, a reminder that even at 70, he could still create something breathtakingly new. Not everything in his later years was celebrated. When he released his autobiography Over the Top and back in 2015, critics expected scandal, revelations, and truth. Instead, Tom avoided many controversial topics, skimming over affairs, ignoring the Berkeley ordeal, leaving out painful chapters. Some reviewers called it safe or sanitized. Others admired the dignity, the humor, and the warm storytelling. It wasn't a book meant to shock, it was a book meant to reflect. And for many, that was enough. But if Tom kept some things private, there was one rivalry he never hid, one name he refused to forgive, one feud that refused to die. His bitterness toward Engelbert Humperdinck remains one of the longest and most vicious grudges in music history. Both men shared the same manager, the same circle, the same dream, but somewhere along the way, admiration turned into open hostility. Tom's words were brutal. In interviews, he called Engelbert a prick and once said, "Once a C***, always a C***." Engelbert, surprisingly, took the higher road. He said he felt sorry for Tom. He insisted life was too short for anger. He even suggested a duet once, tweeting a peaceful invitation in 2013. Tom ignored it. To this day, the true reason behind the feud is unknown. Ego, competition, betrayal, only they know. But one thing is certain, Tom Jones never let that fire go out. Some wounds become part of a man's legend. Even through conflict, loss, and changing times, Tom's commitment to reinvention never stopped. In the 1990s and 2000s, he stormed back with collaborations on albums like Reload, working with artists from Robbie Williams to Stereophonics and Van Morrison. He became a coach on The Voice UK, winning over younger generations with his authenticity, humor, and unstoppable presence. He released deeply emotional albums like Spirit in the Room, Long Lost Suitcase, and Surrounded by Time, where he explored themes of aging, grief, memory, and resilience with the wisdom of a man who had lived 1,000 lifetimes. After Linda passed in 2016, Tom Jones honored her final wish with a heavy heart, selling their Los Angeles estate and returning to London, carrying nothing but family, photos, and the memories of the woman who stood beside him through every scandal, every triumph, every impossible chapter. For all the fame, the fortune, the flashing lights, she had always been his anchor, the one truth in a world built on noise. And now, even in his 80s, Tom refuses to fade. He steps onto stages across the world with a voice that has deepened, weathered, and strengthened, yet still burns with the fire of a young man who survived illness, poverty, temptation, and grief. Every note he sings now carries layers of pain, love, strength, and hard-earned wisdom. He isn't just performing, he's pouring out a lifetime of truth, proving that his spirit and his voice remain unbreakable. From a small Welsh town to the biggest stages in America, from poverty to knighthood, from scandals to reinventions, Tom Jones isn't just an artist, he's a phenomenon carved by time. His story is a testament to resilience, to survival, to owning your weaknesses as fiercely as your strengths. He has walked through decades of music, love, controversy, and reinvention, and still stands with a voice that commands the world's attention. At the end of the day, his legacy isn't just made of hits, it's made of heart. Tom Jones reminded the world that legends aren't born, they're built. Through hardship, through reinvention, through fire, and through a voice that refuses to fade. And that is the story of Tom Jones, the icon, the fighter, the voice that still echoes across generations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life behind the legend, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us which star you want us to uncover next. The stage is never empty. The stories never end. Thanks for watching.